See, there is another concept. Now I said the duration of a thala, when we talked about duration of a thala, she also asked that question, that if I, depending on the number of counts that I place, the duration of a thala will increase. The duration of thala will also increase, duration of thala within the thala will also increase based on this. But this does not affect the total duration. Okay? Now there is something called kalai that we use in Carnatic music. We say rendu kalai, nalu kalai. So what we are basically saying is, I'll take Adi Talam because it's a very simple example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? We say we just double every one of these actions. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8. Okay, now I'm going to ask you a question. Is there any change in laya? How? But what is laya? Okay, so is there a change in the interval? I tell you what I did. I said 1. Okay, I'll put it again. First time, second time. Change in laya. My question is very simple. Is there a change in laya? Okay, those who think there is a change, tell me why there is a change. Sangeeta, please. Tell me why. Interval between two actions. Tell me a number to it, no? Just 2 marks. Shall say 1 second? Okay. Now do the other one which I did. Okay. 2 seconds are there. Exactly. Anybody lost here or confused? The question was very simple. Did I change the laya? And laya, we said, is the clinging, it's the adherence, it is the pause, it is what is between two kriyas. We put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I said 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, the total block time traveled by, again, traveled by 1 round of the thala is increased. Agreed? So if this took 5 seconds, doubling will take 10 seconds. I agree. I have no disagreement. But laya is not changing in my mind. Because the interval between every action is still the same. Now I have to say one more thing here. 1 second. No, 1 second. Point of view? There is a difference. No, that is where you are wrong. If you say rendu kalai, by principle it has to be put twice. Rendu kalai, I was going to come to the problem with how we perceive this, but before that I'll come to what he's saying. There's one thing, I completely forgot to say this in the beginning and I apologize. When I said that there are 2 layers, one that is layered in, that layered outside, I didn't mention what that was. I completely forgot about it. Okay? Now, this is the same, okay? 4. I can sing Vatapi. Vatapi Ganapatim Bhajeham. I can sing Vatapi Ganapatim Bhajeham. 2 different layers. Agreed? This is what I meant when I said this is a framed layer. If I've lost you, please tell me, because I did not define it then. I should have. I just missed it. So the overall layer is the framed layer. Within that, you have framed 4. Okay? Both are layer. Now you bring a third idea over here and saying, I'm just doubling every action. When you double every action, though most of us musicians refer to as a variability of laya, we are wrong. Because laya as a concept has to be first understood before we say it is or not. Okay, laya as a concept is what we are talking about, is the interval. When you change kalai, 1, 2, 3, 4, you are dividing or extending the tala by a certain, double the counts, but you are not changing either the framed laya or this laya. Now for example, I can sing the same Vatapi like this. I will show you. Vatapi Ganapatim Bhajeham, Vatapi Ganapatim Bhajeham. It's the same. There's nothing that changed in what I sang. The measure became different because I doubled it. Okay. Now this brings to another question which he actually raised now in a different way. Is there a difference between me singing Vatapi Gan, or even slower, Vatapi Ganapatim Bhajeham, and Vatapi Ganapatim Bhajeham? Is there a difference? Next question. These may all seem like very silly questions, but I believe they are very important questions on how we hear music. You're not faster, actually. Yeah, it seems faster, right? So when you say rendu kalai, that is two leaves, two parts of the same, you actually have an action that is repeated. So I can have Uru kalai aditalam, which is 1, at whatever laya, slow, fast, super slow. Get what I'm saying? Does not mean I'm doubling the number of beats. Is this confusing? Let's say, I can do the same thing. Oh, I'm saying there's a difference between singing Vatapi Ganapatim Bhajeham. Okay? I just for demonstration. Okay? Now if I sang it as Vatapi Ganapatim Bhajeham, the sound itself is different. So we're going to ask you. I was coming to that next. What is changing? Very true. So when I put Urukalai, depending on how much interval I give, I can sing it in any speed. Right? But if it is Chatushra Nadai, this intermediary laya will always be a multiple of this. Okay? Depending on the speed. But the fact is, if you double the action, you are not changing the laya. What you are actually doing is adding more numbers to the total duration of the tala. It is an important concept of extending the tala, but it is not equal to altering the laya. You can extend this question to another melodic idea also. Between saying, he said A for example, right? Between saying A and saying A, is there a difference? There is a difference. So if you're saying Sa, so everybody learns Sarigama Padanisa. Sarigama Padanisa, Sarigama Pa. There's a difference. Right? There's a difference. No. Forget about all that for another 10 minutes. But the point I'm trying to say is that there are 3 aspects in play. 2 manifestations of laya, which is the laya that is the chosen overall speed that you're doing, the laya that is being inbuilt by the melody itself, and the possibility also that you can extend the tala itself by adding kalais. But by doing adding kalays, you are not altering the laya of the composition. We think we are altering the laya of the composition, but we are not, because the interval is exactly the same. But it gives us a perception that we have done. Therefore, when an artist puts rendu kalai or nalu kalai, they are only changing the number of kriyas or adding the number of kriyas, but the laya is just the same. If I have to change the laya, there has to be a change either in this frame or in this frame. Unless there is a change in this frame or in this frame, laya is not changing. If I change the kalai and at the same time change one of these frames, laya will change. Agreed. But if I change the kalai keeping these two frames constant, laya cannot change. Okay? Probably a lot of musicians will disagree with me. That also I'll place right now. But this is something that by the history of what laya means and what it has meant, what we do in terms of kalai is a little different, as important, not frivolous, not saying it is not relevant, but different from an altering of the idea of laya. Of course it affects them, yeah. That is hopefully the afternoon session, where we talk about composition, where you will know exactly why. The reason, by the way, the reason we're doing laya today is the whole idea of tala laya comes alive in composition. Of course. Now you're talking about composition integrity now. Now, if you're talking about that, there is also you must remember that when there is a melodic flow or composed flow of music, it is not independent of how it is being flowed within a certain framework of laya, framed and internal laya within the tala. Now, if you're going to alter that, you're actually not